The octet rule, proposed by Gilbert Lewis in 1916, works in many cases, but there are some exceptions. Look at the Lewis symbols for one beryllium atom and two chlorine atoms. Click bonding to see the bonding of the beryllium atom and the two chlorine atoms to form a beryllium chloride molecule. If you want to see it again, click Reset and then Bonding. How many electrons are there around each chlorine atom in the molecule? Answer: 8, including 2 in a covalent bond. How many electrons are there around the beryllium atom in the molecule? Answer: 4. Notice that beryllium does not have the full octet of electrons that Lewis predicted. This is an exception to the octet rule. Click on Show Bonds to see the two covalent bonds in the beryllium chloride molecule. Click on Boron chloride from the drop-down menu. Look at the Lewis symbols for one boron atom and 3 chlorine atoms. Click on Bonding to see the boron atom and the 3 chlorine atoms combining to form a boron chloride molecule. Why is this an exception to the octet rule? Answer: there are 6 electrons around the boron atom and not 8. Click on Show Bonds to see the 3 covalent bonds in the boron chloride molecule. In the cases of beryllium chloride and boron chloride, the 2 central atoms, beryllium and boron, have less than the 8 electrons predicted by the octet rule. Now, you are going to consider molecules where the central atom has more than 8 electrons. Look at the Lewis symbols for one sulfur atom and 6 fluorine atoms. Click Bonding to see the bonding of the sulfur atom and the 6 fluorine atoms to form a sulfur hexafluoride molecule. Why is this an exception to the octet rule? Answer: there are 12 electrons in 6 pairs around the sulfur atom. Click on Show Bonds to see the 6 covalent bonds in the sulfur hexafluoride molecule. Select phosphorus pentafluoride from the drop-down menu. Look at the Lewis symbol for one phosphorus atom and 5 fluorine atoms. Click on Bonding to see the bonding of the phosphorus atom and the 5 fluorine atoms in the phosphorus pentafluoride molecule. How many electrons are there around the phosphorus atom? Answer: 10 in 5 pairs. Notice that phosphorus has more than the 8 electrons the octet rule predicts. Click on Show Bonds to see the 5 covalent bonds in the phosphorus pentafluoride molecule. Summary: the octet rule states that atoms are stable when they have a shell containing 8 electrons. This rule applies in many cases, but there are exceptions. In beryllium chloride and boron chloride, the central beryllium or boron atom has less than 8 electrons. In sulfur hexafluoride and phosphorus pentafluoride, the central atom has more than 8 electrons.